Good morning. We're getting the drone trailer all set up and ready to go. Actually, we are all ready to go. Got a tote full there. We're going to start with some more corn fungicide. I had about 100 acres left to do, a little bit more. I mixed up a full tote. That's enough for 100 acres. We'll do this, and then we're going to be done with the corn fungicide. We're getting pretty late to be getting that on, so we're going to go do it, but we're going to be done with this after this one. And then we'll see what the weather's like and how I'm feeling, but we'll probably come back and mix up some stuff to go spray our muck pockets and that last round of that one field that we ran out with the See and Spray machine. We got, I can't be 10 acres there that we need to spray the herbicide on, so we'll try and get that done today as well. Looks like Dad's out doing a little mowing this morning. All right, I think we've got everything set up here. These are the two fields that we're gonna do for right now. So that's this field, and then the little triangle field over there that was the very last stuff we planted. So this corn was last, except for that 12 acres over there. We're pretty close to that. And so it's plenty big, but it's not as big as some of the stuff we sprayed the other day. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. There's about 76 acres between these two, and then we'll just spray out whatever we can across the river over there. That was the field that we were in when we ran out with the sprayer, when we were spraying up here, and that's been a while ago now. A week ago. Yeah, a week ago to today. A week ago, like Wednesday, a little over a week. So it's been a little while since we sprayed that, but I got part of that field done, mostly just around the perimeter. We'll just finish the last 25 or 30 acres out over there, and we'll be done spraying corn. Flight number 4, we are going to see how many acres we can cover in the first hour here. So first flight was at 9:13 a.m. It is currently 9:31, and we are on flight number 4. So we'll see what it says when we're finishing up here, or when we get to 10:13 a.m. how many acres we've covered, but we're doing good here. Battery's charged. This is the hardest part, remembering to flip the batteries, and as long as you stay ahead, it's not so bad. I tell myself I can't sit down until I swap batteries. The problem is when you forget once, and then you're trying to take a full battery out of the charger and put it straight into the drone, and you don't have yeah, then you gotta put one in. Yeah, you can get behind pretty quick if you don't remember. That is cool. Look at that thing go. All right, so we're spraying out here, and I had a few seconds, so I was sitting in my chair, kind of just checking out some stuff, and I got into my YouTube analytics a little bit, and it reminded me, we need to talk about this membership thing a little bit more for the channel. So we talked about it quite a bit, probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, back when we were planting and stuff. And you may have seen some of these videos pop up in the morning as members only, and we're wondering what the heck that means and stuff. So I've started offering channel memberships. You can subscribe to the, subscribe's the wrong word. You can become a member. There's 2 different levels. There's the fan level for $4.99 a month. There's the super fan level for $19.99 a month. And I've been very upfront that, like, please don't feel like you need to do this, but if you would like to support the channel in some way, this is a good way to do it. It gives you some minor perks, nothing that I would call super exclusive, but I upload the videos, and before I go in and make sure that the thumbnail looks right, and that you know, I've got the description put in and all the stuff done the way that it needs to be, the settings correct, I make them members only. And so when I edit a video at night and I hit upload, and it gets uploaded at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's 9 or 8 or 10 in the morning before I get around to making it public, you get to watch it early if you're a member at any level. So that's probably the biggest benefit. There's been 1 members only video so far. They may come every now and then, but they're not going to be very frequent. And then what else do I have for stuff? I have to go back and look at my perks list, I guess. But For the superfan level, I did offer a shout out, and I have 2 more superfans that have been there for a long time. I'm sorry it's taken me a while, but Matt Sweeney is our most recent one. So thank you, Matt, for that membership. And then I think it's JP Move On Motor Training something or other is also a superfan. So thank you to you guys for your support being channel members. If it's something you feel like doing and you want to support my channel, I very much appreciate it. It took off more than I thought it would. I thought we'd get, 5 to 10, and I think at one point I was up to 46 or 47 members. So thank you guys. And if you want to do it for a month and stop, go for it. I don't care at all. I've been very upfront the fact that I'm not a member of any channels and probably wouldn't, especially to pay for something that I will get a few hours later anyway. So it's not the access that you're buying, it's the support for the channel, and I do very, very much appreciate it for those of you that are members. So we're almost up to an hour here. We're gonna get another fill off. Let's see, what time is it? 10:02. Okay, we got 10 minutes yet. Let's see how much more we can get done. Well, our drone is clear back over there. It has been 1 hour. This is what we've gotten done. Here you can see 1013 right there. 40.1 acres. We've sprayed out 100 gallons and done 40 acres in an hour. That's really good. Like really, really good. I would have to go back and find the video from last year when we did this, doing tassel fungicide. And maybe one of you guys remembers or knows that video, but I think we may have gotten 33 to 35. Generally, I figure if I can do 30 acres in an hour, I'm doing really good. And we just did 40. Not 40 acres of flight, or 40 acres an hour of flight time. 40 acres in a clock hour, including landing, refill, taxiing, and spraying. That's really good. I'm thrilled with that. So, yeah, it'll take us about 3 hours probably to spray this 100 acres because we are going to have to move at some point and reposition. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how fast everything, how much ground I can cover with that drone. It's not as fast as the big sprayer, clearly it's not. But if I can do, I mean, at 40 acres an hour, if you put it in a 10-hour day, that's 400 acres. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to really do that over the whole course of a day, with time to refill, move, and all of that. But 300 acres in a day would be no problem. And I can spray for 12 hours in a day if I have the right day and do more. So, yeah, this T50, even though it's an obsolete, outdated, undersized drone anymore, still covers the ground that I need it to cover. I have been thinking about my trailer a little bit, though. So the idea of having a couple of double wide long pallets to set my empty totes and a generator on, and then set one of those on from each side, and just leave everything kind of mounted to that, the pump and everything, so it would quicker to assemble and disassemble, is a good idea that I like, and I might try and figure that out. The other thought that I have is when I am doing tassel corn, it would be nice to be up high above the corn, right? I don't need a full second deck up here to land the drone on and everything, but I wonder if I could get my dad to make me a little 8x8 by 6 foot tall platform over my tanks and generators with a little stairs or even just a ladder here that I could sit on top of that stuff and still land the drone back here on the deck. I think that would be pretty cool, and would do exactly what I need. I could set my tent up on top of it up there so I could have some shade, and I'd be able to see a little better. I think that would work. So I'm gonna say something to him next time I am around it with the drone trailer here. But coming in for another landing. All right, we got just a touch to finish up this first field here. From right there to right there. Okay, this one's done. Now we're gonna jump across and do that triangle field over there. All right, so we got this one done. And we're just gonna let it go over there. There's about 12 acres in that field. Make sure it doesn't hit any of the brush along the ditch. But we're just gonna fly it from right here. Yeah, it saw it. There are 3 different angles in that field that drone could have chosen to fly the line from. It chose none of them. and just picked a random angle across the field, it appears, but it says that's the most efficient path, so whatever, I'll let it do it. I did mark out that gray area there. That is our non-spray zone, what we didn't plant basically, so we don't need to really worry about that. This is 12 acres, should only take 3 flights over there. All right, we got that one done. My battery's dying on this one. We're down to 13%, but it should make it home. Had a lot of little pieces to clean up and then to fly the perimeter, plus the longer taxi to get over there, so we drained the battery. It's okay. We've got 85, 90 gallons left in here, so we're gonna move to the field across the river and spray until that is gone. And then we'll be done with this. It'll be lunchtime. All right, we have moved here. Getting ready to take off. We are backed into the cornfield off the road. This one, I don't have a great spot along the edge. This isn't going to work when we're tasseling corn. It's okay right now, but we'll have to figure something else out. I suppose I could have sat down there by the river, but it's not really centered, so I didn't really want to just pull off the side of the road, although it would work. Anyway, we sprayed the perimeter of this field, or like half or 2/3 of the perimeter of the field, when we sprayed the field next door over there by the White House, and we hadn't run out yet, so we came into this field. This is where we ran out. I'm curious if there's corn in this hole over the ridge that I can't see, and you guys can't see it either. That's a little better. Oh yeah, we got a little drowned out spot there. Yeah, not great, but it is what it is. We had a bunch of water sitting there when we got that 2.5 inches of rain there a week ago. Anyway, so I just went in and put a 120-foot buffer in the whole perimeter of the field, because that's what we cover with the big sprayer. So we didn't get these ends in the back, but I don't really care about getting along the trees anyway. We don't have enough to cover the whole field, what's left of it, so we'll just spray the good part of the field through the middle here and not worry about, you know, covering the edges and getting real close. Well, we covered quite a bit of this one, but I believe we're on our last tank. There goes Xander. This is just about empty. It was starting to suck air when I was filling the drone, but the drone got full. So I may run just a touch of water in there to rinse everything out and flush our hose, and we'll do another 3 or 4 gallons after this tank load, but that's gonna be it. So it is lunchtime. I'm gonna run home as soon as we're done here, and we'll see about this afternoon. All right, well, this tank is mostly just water. There was nothing left in our tank of solution, so just a little bit that was in the hose, and we're just kind of flushing everything. So we'll consider it a rinse load here. And we covered 35 acres of this field, so that's pretty good. We'll get this one done, shut our generators off here, land it. Almost looks like some rain to the south, so I don't know. We'll have to watch the weather here and see what we're gonna do. Getting some empty packaging brought back in the warehouse there, so that's good. He can get himself unloaded. I'm gonna go find some lunch. It's already almost 1:30. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna spray anymore today, although it is still. We're gonna check the weather. I'm gonna go talk to Dad. Go see how Xander's doing with our bean head. A little sweeping, it looks like, and there's an old piece of plastic. So they called me earlier. They're having trouble with the rivet gun. All right, we're waiting. It may already be out there, but this one skid plate for the end might be in our parts bin. I cleaned that up a little bit. It's amazing how much dirt is on a piece of equipment you thought you had clean, right, Xander? Yeah. We need to tension draper belts yet, and he's replacing a couple of these small skid plates that we have here, and I think it's pretty well ready to go. All right, well, I don't think we got our skid plate yet, and we started taking a couple of these off, and turns out there's 2 different styles, at least 2 different styles. So the 2 that we had have this bigger center rib vein there, and this one that we just took off has a much smaller one, and this does not fit in place of this. So yeah, I mean, this one's not in horrible shape. We could put it back up there, but I just order one. We'll get it coming. At least we'll have it. We might still put that one back on for wheat harvest here. Like I said, we don't really need the skid plates for wheat harvest, so it's not a big deal. So we need to get a grease gun yet, but I got the draper belts tensioned. Should be good to go. We'll have to get it outside and run everything just to make sure, but I think we're ready for wheat harvest. Well, at least the combine is. We have this little bit of Enlist left, Enlist 1. It's the 2,4-D that we can spray over beans, over our Enlist beans. And we've got, I don't know, 10 or 15 acres that we need to spray yet, and it appears to be about how much chemical is in here. So I'm going to measure it just to make sure. But we're going to clean this shuttle out and mix it up, and we'll see how much I get out of there. That'll tell me how much I need to mix up. And we're going to go spray that out in that last field of beans that we've got to do. That's draining really slow. It's a little hose, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'll do that with the drone. I don't know. I should mix up some manganese in the other one and spray the muck pocket with some manganese. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, never mind. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're still going to measure it out and clean out our shuttle. However, when I started reading the label, do not aerial apply product. Do not aerial apply this product. Do not aerial apply this product. All right, fine. So we aren't going to be able to go through the drone. We're going to have to go through the sprayer for that. And it's not going to be very much. So we're going to use Liberty instead, because I can't aerial apply Liberty. All right, we loaded up. I loaded up to do 10 acres. I looked at my map from when we sprayed the other day to see what we had. 10 acres of Liberty. Glufosinate, nothing else in the tank. I did not add any glyphosate. I did not add any clethodim to this one, so it'll be fine. Oh, the alfalfa mill came in. Mowing second, cutting hay. It was getting pretty tall. I was wondering where they were at. Anyway, it's only 10 acres, but it's going to take us a little while because 10 acres at 10 gallons to the acre is 10 flights. So, man, that's why I don't love doing this, but for small areas and small quantities, it'll be okay. And since we only got 10 acres, we'll get it done. All right, I think we're ready to load up and go here. So this is the field. You can actually see it. We'll walk out here in a little bit, but we've got those ragweeds burnt down pretty hard already from our See and Spray pass a few days ago. The Liberty is working. That's good. So we don't have to get close to any edges. It's just really about 200-foot stretch right through the middle here, right in front of us. So we'll map that out on our controller and figure all that out. Got my tank agitating here with our Liberty in it. Very purple. I got our last battery charged on my controller and we'll go. Okay, we've kind of got a lot going on here, but the orange area is our field, and I believe the area in the middle there is kind of what we need to spray yet. And that worked out to 10.05 acres, which is pretty darn close. So I think that'll be close enough and it'll work. We can always come back and clean stuff up later if we have to. All right, first flight here. Our flight speed is severely limited because of our high application rate. The pumps can't pump that fast. It's gonna look like a lot coming out of there, I bet. But that's what we need. 10 feet above the crop, like 15 feet per second, something, I don't know. Yeah, there it goes. It'll work. Again, it's not super hot and sunny and perfect day for spraying Liberty, but it's the day that I've got, so it's the day we're using. All right, let's walk out here while we got a minute. Whoa, 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 what do we got here? Some flowers. Nice. First flowers I have seen. Today is the 26th. It's not terrible. This was sprayed 2 days ago with our See and Spray machine. So clearly we got to get out here with some manganese. You can see these beans are about dead from lack of manganese. That's this black high organic matter dirt. But our ragweeds, this is what I'm trying to show, is that these ones are all curled up and dying where we sprayed. And we walk right over here where we did not spray. And they are healthy and alive. And they need sprayed. And they're worse down there. You can really see the line. Does it show up? Not really. Not really, but you can really see the line right over here if I keep my fingers out of the way. So anyway, we're going to finish this last little bit up here and try and kill these ragweeds. There's a pretty good chance we're going to come back and spray these ragweeds again in about 3 weeks because there'll be another flush coming. Then there's these guys. These are water hemp. And I'm hoping we're going to knock them back pretty hard as well. It's worse in the muck here than anywhere else. We don't have a lot of water hemp, but we do have some, and yeah, so hopefully the Liberty will clean them up as well. This should be our last flight out there, and we should be pretty darn close on chemical. If we have a touch left, I mean, a couple gallons is all we're talking, we ain't gonna do much. But I'm gonna go down to the cornfield down there, we got a muck pocket, and we'll just spray the tiny little bit until it's empty. Because there's probably some ragweeds coming over there, and the Liberty will not kill the corn, and I don't have anything else in the tank, so it'll be fine. All right, Xander and Jack got our sprayer put in our gator here, so we got some Roundup that needs to be sprayed on some, yeah, just randomly around. So I'm gonna fill this up with a little bit so I can do some spraying, some driveways and stuff. All right, well, we are done. I sprayed some weeds around a little bit with the gator, mostly just stuff in the driveways. I don't know if it was even worth doing, but whatever. I might do some drone spraying tomorrow, but it's weekend. I'm taking the weekend off for the most part, so do some work around my house. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week, probably. Oh, wait, I saw that truck pull in. I assumed it was Dad. It's Sister Anna. It's not Dad. I gotta go say hi.